Good morning, YouTube. It is 7 a.m. in the great state of Texas, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. I know I've been making pins. You guys have been watching this every Thursday. However, today's pin video is going to be a little unique only because we are going to do what you guys have known that sometimes will happen, catastrophic failure. So this pin video starts out just like any other video. Typically, we got these two blanks here. You guys have seen me do these striped pins for the past couple of weeks, and they're really fun. They already come prefabricated. I really like these pins, and they have, some cool colors. So, this one is no different. So this starts out just like any other regular pen. We get everything brass fitted. Everything's going relatively well. So about 4 weeks later, I finally get, the chance to go into the workshop and start turning the pen. And everything's going smooth up until this point. So sometimes you will have a catastrophic failure where it completely breaks off. So I try to cut my losses here, move over to the next one, and the second one goes relatively smooth, and then I just come back and try to finish up this one. So then I get the bright idea to super glue it together. So here we are putting the super glue, attaching that. However, super glue is a little bit messy, and sometimes when it gets a little bit messy, it will attach to the spindle itself. So a couple of hours later, I put this in a vise, and then I'm just going to come back and just try to salvage it. So that's what we did. We came back, we salvaged it. Instead of spinning it down, I just used 50 grit sandpaper to kind of just like shape it the way that I wanted it to be. And it actually goes pretty well. So I actually end up spending some time sanding it down, and then instead of worrying about potentially chipping it off again with the chisel, the sandpaper works just as well, and this part goes really smooth. So spend a lot more time doing this technique than actually turning. So then I'm like, okay, it's gonna be great. So I do my regular thing using the super glue, sealing it, gonna polish it, everything's gonna look real nice and neat. So I'm thinking, this is just gonna be like every other pin video. We did have a little bit of an issue. However, I'm gonna find out here in just a little bit, things are not as simple as it seems. So the bad news is coming here in just a little bit, and I actually wasn't able to capture it on camera, but I'm pretty sure you guys can all kind of foreshadow what's about to happen here, because I'm finishing up the pen, polishing it, putting some oil on it. And I'm thinking, this is gonna be great. I really like this color, really happy about it. I was able to salvage it. I'm thinking, I am the man. So then I, come back and I'm trying to remove it. So off camera, you don't see it, but I actually tried to remove it off the spindle, and I couldn't get it to budge because the super glue had attached to the actual metal part of it. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe I just gotta work off the edge here a little bit. So I take my carbide square chisel and I'm trying my damnedest to get this thing off, and I'm thinking, okay, just eat away at the glue and maybe it'll just loosen itself up, and it did not. I took it over to the vise and it completely exploded off of that. So I'm like, well, shit. So then I'm left with one good working part and one part that is completely detached. So now I am absolutely screwed. I'm like, okay, what are we gonna do to kind of remedy this and fix it? So this is what's left over once I took that over, and I'm like, okay, well, my spindle, I at least saved that, so that's kind of good. So I had the idea just to come back. I have this square piece of wood I picked up at Woodcraft like 4 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago. Actually, it's a lot longer than that, probably like 6 months ago. Just gonna take a chunk of this wood off. I don't know what this was. This was like in a grab bag in a box in a bin at Woodcraft, and I'm like, okay, I can use this for something. So we're just doing our guide drill hole here, just get that done. I'm like, all right, cool. We are gonna just do what we usually do. So just had some leftover parts that I like cannibalized from other projects that didn't go too well, and we're just gonna put that in there, and then we're gonna turn it down. So it's gonna be like a bicolor pen where it's like two different colors on the same pen, because I just would hate for it to go to waste. And I don't know what kind of wood this is, but man, this like literally melted like butter on the chisel. And I am definitely coming back to this wood again, because I obviously have a large chunk of it. I'm going to make another pen out of this because this is actually pretty cool. And if you know what the wood is, just go ahead and leave a comment down below. But did everything that we usually did, got it spun down. I'm like, this is awesome. and then we're just gonna go ahead and sand it. It makes this cool orange kind of effect to it, so it looks like a pumpkin a little bit, but really happy how this pin ended up turning out. And then we're just gonna attach our leftover pieces here. Had a little issue here with the actual pin portion of it itself, but we ended up attaching everything together, and here I am just trying to with a vice grip, and I ended up breaking the back end of it. Had to go and get another pin filler for it. But sometimes things just don't go your way, and you just got to adjust to them. So here we are, bam, it's all done. But anyway, I like to show failure on the channel. I think that's important as a woodworker, to show your failures as much as it is good to show your successes. But it looks really cool. I really love this wood. 2 different colors, looks really amazing. Another happy pen, and it went well. So hope you guys liked it, hope you got something out of it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, peace.